It is a snowy Friday morning. We're back out of here, third day of January 2025. I'm Dan Kuntz, almost the weekend. It is snowing, not really sticking to the roads here in the Wenatchee Valley, the less traveled roads in the upper elevations, starting to see the snow stick a little bit. Been a few accidents, not too many. People seem to be minding their P's and Q's. It's still the holiday season. School is still out. A lot of people taking some downtime. That helps. There's a lot of lighter traffic, but it is snowing. The winter weather advisory began about 4 hours ago, 3 o'clock in the morning. It goes until 2 o'clock tomorrow morning. We're going to see some snow today, a couple of inches maybe in the Wenatchee Valley. It all depends on elevation. That's usually the case. The higher up you are, the more snow you're going to get. In the upper valley, Leavenworth Plain, maybe even spilling into the Peshastin area, could get some freezing rain too. That's not good. And some of the snow could switch over to rain towards the latter half of the day, around 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It could be a bit of a rain-snow mix. We shall see. Complete weather details are coming up. This is the first system. Then there's another system coming in over the weekend that's not really packing much of a punch, and we will be warming up with some sunshine for most of next week. We have some news to get to, quite a bit. It was a busy day yesterday in the newsroom. It normally is. They're not real bored, that group, I'm telling you. Sports, we know who's going to play in the national semifinals. After they finally got the Sugar Bowl a done deal, Notre Dame beating Georgia, and we'll talk about that. The Kraken tough loss to the Canucks last night at home went all the way to a shootout, highlights of that, plus prep results as well. And speaking of sports, I was running a couple of errands yesterday after my workday was done, bumped into a regular viewer who very much enjoyed Eric Granstrom's Top 10 Sports Stories of the Year segment that we did over the new year. And he did not know that Haley Van Lith, Cashmere's own Haley Van Lith, was in town for a couple of days after her 3-on-3 women's basketball team won the bronze medal at the Paris Olympics. They didn't know that Eric had a chance to sit down with Haley Van Lith. They said, we didn't get to see the interview. We were on vacation. It was August. I said, I'll tell you what I'm going to do, Bob. I'll play you the interview on Friday's show. So I'm going to play the interview that Eric did with Haley. It's a good interview. We'll play that for you in the back half of the program. All right, 3 big fat slides to show for you from the National Weather Service. First of all, I mentioned the freezing rain. Take a look at where you may be today. Specifically, we're pinpointing the upper valley, as I mentioned before, Leavenworth, Plain, parts of the Winton area, maybe Lake Wenatchee. You could get some freezing rain coming down as rain at the warmer air up above passes through the frozen, the colder air closer to the ground, and then it follows as freezing rain. Best chance is really going to be on Highway 2 between Wilbur and Spokane. So we are looking at some possible freezing rain in some locations. The closest one to us is going to be in the Plain area. Freezing rain is a possibility there. No real chance of freezing rain here in the Wenatchee Valley. By the way, it's 33 degrees right now. Snow today, snow totals. Where do you live? Take a look, because this is what we think we're going to get as far as snow totals are for today anyway. There you go. So Wenatchee, a couple of inches, maybe 3 in some locations. I'm thinking 1 to 2 inches close to the valley floor down near where the Columbia is. Obviously, the mountain passes are going to get quite a bit of snow. Not too much on I-90, but Stevens is going to get hammered pretty good. So there is your snow totals for the day. As you can see, none out in the Columbia Basin. Moses Lake, Quincy, you're going to be fine. But here in the Wenatchee Valley and right along the east slopes of the Cascades, a couple of inches, maybe 3 by the end of the day today. And then we head into the weekend where more snow is in the forecast, but really not that much. Again, the mountain passes are going to get the brunt of it. And Snoqualmie Pass is going to get some snow on the weekend. Not so much today, but over the weekend as system number 2 passes through. This one is not really as strong as the one that's coming in right now. And even the one that's coming in right now isn't particularly powerful. But yeah, snow today and a little bit of light snow tomorrow. Whatever snow we're going to get, it's going to be gone, Johnson, by the early part of next week, or even perhaps by the end of the weekend, because there's going to be a ridge of high pressure that's going to start developing over our area on Sunday, and it looks to be clear skies. So when you combine clear skies and high pressure, that means sunshine. If you combine clouds and high pressure, that means the inversion and the fog and the clouds. But that's not what it's looking like right now. By the way, this is kind of interesting. Yesterday's high, Thursday's high was 34. That was at 12:52 in the morning, and our low was 31, which was 5:05 in the morning. So we only had a 3-degree difference between the high and the low on Thursday, and it happened within about 4 hours of each other. All right, from the National Weather Service, here we go. Snow, little bit of rain mixing at times, then a rain-snow mix late in the day. Sometimes the snow will come down fairly heavily, sometimes not really much at all. Again, it's pretty wet snow, and it's really not sticking to the pavement right now, but we're not done with it yet. A couple of inches on the valley floor, 3 inches, possibly even more. And again, between 2 to about 4 o'clock this afternoon, it could be a rain-snow mix or just plain rain with a high of 35. And right now we're at 34, so we're pretty close to the high. Cloudy but dry tonight, 29 for the overnight low. About a 30% chance of snow tomorrow, and it would be tomorrow night if it happens at all. Outside of that, we should be dry. We'll get up to around, that's not quite right. I think we're going to be more like 32 or 33 for the high on Saturday. But as you can see, not a big temperature variation. Rain and snow mix possible on Saturday night. No real accumulation, we don't think anyway. 32 for the overnight low. We wrap up the weekend on Sunday. Slight chance of some morning rain on Sunday. Lots of clouds, high of about 33. And then here comes the high pressure ridge, which will start be embedded on Sunday night into Monday. And that means by Monday, we're going to see some sunshine. And with these days getting longer, we're gaining about a minute of daylight now each day. That means about 39, close to 40 for the high on Monday. And we're going to be above normal on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday with more sunshine than clouds as we head into the first full week of the new year. All right, that's what Mother Nature has in store. The news is 2 minutes away. You're watching a Friday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCWLIFE channel.
Between juggling groceries, preparing meals, and lending a helping hand, you're a hero without a cape. But who's there to support you? Aging and Adult Care honors caregivers like you, the relatives, friends, and neighbors, helping loved ones remain safely at home. Aging and Adult Care offers chore services, respite, personal care, and more. Serving Chelan, Douglas, Grant, Lincoln, Adams, and Okanagan counties, call Aging and Adult Care at 1-800-572-4459 for caregiver support.
Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, located on South Wenatchee Ave, has the largest selection of spas and swim spas in town. Stay cool this summer in an artesian swim spa and use it all year long. We enjoy helping families reconnect one spa at a time. Hot tubs are proven to improve sleep and decrease arthritis pain. Our passion is water, so please bring us a water sample, and we will help you diagnose your pool or spa water for free. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, your pool and spa experts.
Let Mary Maid's custom cleaning experts help you clean up your to-do list. Between work, kids, and pets, it's hard to find time to keep up. Let Mary Maids of Wenatchee help. Mary Maid's cleaning experts can help keep your home or business fresh, neat, and exactly how you'd clean it, if only you had the time. Call now for a free estimate, 509-663-1710. Serving Chelan and Douglas counties, Mary Maids, let us help.
I'm Jim Heinlein, and I've been working with you all for about 20 years now. And it's safe to say I've seen most every situation as it relates to annual election period. This AEP is going to be like a tsunami. It's not tall, but it's huge in effect. And when the water retreats, you're going to see the damage to those who didn't react properly. So what is a proper reaction? Well, call a local insurance professional like Springwater Insurance. We have already developed a strategy for those of you who need a change. Give us a call at 509-888-2600.
Snowing, 34 degrees. It's about what we're going to be today, maybe a couple of degrees warmer. Could be a rain-snow mix late in the afternoon. Pretty dry weekend, a warming trend with sunshine. Starts on Monday. 9 minutes after the hour, a Wenatchee man is jailed and charged with shoplifting on both sides of the Columbia River from multiple stores, including a theft in which he allegedly assaulted a store worker. Gabriel Alexander Boothman, 25 years old, according to the police. They say he entered Macy's at the Wenatchee Valley Mall on December 22nd and made off with 3 items of clothing and punched a loss prevention officer in the throat as he fled the store. Police say there's video evidence of the crime, as well as a video showing Boothman stealing hundreds of dollars worth of liquor for the Wenatchee Target store on 3 separate occasions. Police arrested him the day after Christmas. He's now charged with 8 felonies, including second-degree burglary, retail theft, and third-degree assault. A former Waterville physician's assistant was sentenced to less than a year in jail after pleading guilty to fourth-degree assault and conspiracy to commit unlawful possession of a controlled substance. According to our media partner, the Wenatchee World, 73-year-old Eldon L. Lineweber was sentenced in Douglas County Superior Court to 364 days in jail, followed by 12 months of community custody. State prosecutors say Lineweber fondled and sexually assaulted 3 female patients in his care between 2012 and 2019 and offered narcotics in exchange for their compliance. The allegation arose amid a federal investigation into Lineweber's practice, Mansfield Family Clinic, for alleged health care fraud violations and overprescription of painkillers. Lineweber pleaded guilty as part of a plea agreement to 2 counts of fourth-degree assault with sexual motivation and 1 count of conspiracy to commit unlawful possession of a controlled substance. Rock Island Mayor Randy Agnew is no longer the mayor of Rock Island. He's the latest Douglas County Commissioner. He swore his oath of office and signed the appropriate papers on New Year's Eve. His oath administered by County Auditor Thad Duvall. Agnew is a Republican who's been Rock Island's mayor since 2015. He won the race to represent Douglas County District 2. He got 67% of the vote in November over Paula Lamanna. He replaces former Commissioner Kyle Steinberg, and now the Rock Island City Council has to get together and select a new mayor to fill out the remainder of Agnew's term. Well, with the new year comes new laws taking effect in our state. Most of them passed in the most recent legislative session. The state minimum wage is now $16.66 an hour. That's a 38-cent increase. It's the highest minimum wage in any state outside of the District of Columbia. The minimum wage there is $17 an hour. On Washington roads, negligent drivers who cause injury or death for pedestrians or bicyclists can expect stiffer penalties, including a $5,000 fine and up to 364 days in jail. In healthcare, Washington hospitals can no longer require overtime hours from nurses and specialists. There are a couple of exceptions. And state sick leave policy will now allow paid time off for more medical circumstances, including an illness that affects anybody in an employee's home, not just the employee or a family member. Grand County officials are blaming staff turnover for mistakes in their 2023 budget reporting that added up to over $1 million left out of their year-end balances. The state auditor's office says the county underreported some funds and misclassified other funds, leading to wide variances between its own budgeting and the budget it reported to the state. The county says it lost some pretty smart people ahead of the 2023 budget cycle, but it's filed new reports to correct most of those errors, and they say more training is in progress for employees dealing with the county checkbook. And the Douglas County PUD will soon be able to gather biological data and study the migration of fish through detection antennas on the Pateris Railroad Bridge. According to our media partner, the Wenatchee World, the permitting process is underway. The idea to install 6 passive integrated transponders, or PITs. Their antennas are going to put them on the bridge. They're small, they're passive microchips, and of course, the fish themselves have microchips planted in them. They go by the pit and they activate and they find out from the antennas what they're doing. The PUD does not own the bridge, but its location offers a number of advantages, including river flows that won't impact the detection of the fish, nearby power sources, and protection from the equipment from ice and debris. The antennas will be anywhere from 13 to 32 feet long. They'll gather biological data consistently through the year. Installation is expected sometime late this year or early next year. I can't remember. It's right, it's 2025. I've been writing my checks 2024 all this time. And that is the news, a quarter after the hour. One more newscast before a weekend comes our way, and I hope your way. 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock tonight. 5, 6, and 10, the news. Right here on the NCWLIFE channel. If that doesn't fit into your schedule, you want to watch the news when you're good and ready, and you have a half hour to kill, watch it online. It's there. It'll be in our YouTube page right around 5 o'clock, our Facebook page right around 5 o'clock, our homepage right around 5 o'clock. Check out the news because we think it's important, and if something out there warrants our attention, if you think it's newsworthy, you send us an email so we find out about it. News@ncwlife.com, news@ncwlife.com. NCWLIFE.com. How did the Kraken do last night? Great comeback. Wasn't enough. Sports in 2 minutes. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCWLIFE channel. The family at the Eplodolin want to help your loved one feel at ease in their new home environment. Eplodolin offers beautiful one-bedroom and studio apartments. Residents enjoy 3 delicious home-style meals a day, laundry service, housekeeping service, and encouragement to make themselves cozy in their new home. Eplodolin welcomes your family to come and visit their family. Eplodolin, independent and assisted living. They make the complicated easy for you. Call today for a tour.
Craving fresh Asian comfort food? Steam Panda is Wenatchee's popular family-friendly Asian restaurant. They focus on providing guests with delicious, healthy, fresh, and natural dishes for an affordable price. Warm up with one of their many popular house-made soup dumplings, ramen noodles, or pho dishes. And make sure to ask about their lunch and chef specials on sushi rolls. Steam Panda's Hawaiian poke bowl and salads are excellent with your favorite boba tea. Stop by or order online at Steam Panda today.
Guten Samir das Problem sagen.
Meinen Zylinder überschwimmt. Flute, ich habe mein Fugen verloren.
Keine Sorge.
Global Car Care. We speak your car's language.
Fragenschlussen. Hey, you.
Well, I got a leaky transmission, my head gasket's shot, and I could use some new brake pads.
That dog don't hunt.
Global Car Care. We speak your car or truck's language.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it, no questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more from less.
Sports, 17 minutes after the hour. They had to put it off for an extra day, but they got the Sugar Bowl in yesterday. Notre Dame scoring a late touchdown in the second quarter, and then they ran back the opening kickoff of the second half for a touchdown, and they held off Georgia, the final 23-10, to win the Sugar Bowl in New Orleans. That means we are set for the college football playoff semifinals. The Orange Bowl in Miami on January 9th. It'll be Penn State, Notre Dame, 4:30 kickoff there on ESPN. The following day, Cotton Bowl in Dallas on January 10th. Texas and Ohio State, they'll kick off at 4:30. The winners of those 2 games will play for the national championship in Atlanta on January 20th. Kraken hockey, JT Miller scored the only goal in a shootout. The Canucks beating the Seattle Kraken 4-3 last night. Vince Dunn and Matty Beniers each had a goal and an assist. Chandler Stevenson also scored. Andrei Burakovsky had a couple assists for Seattle.
Through his New Year break, now comes out to center. Burakovsky, Stevenson, right in, a shot, he scores! Chandler Stevenson sneaks it home. It's a leaky one on Demko. The Kraken take it, and they are off and running.
Neutral zone, Burakovsky's going to send Stevenson in stride. You throw the puck to the net, you never know what's going to happen. A good closeout by Desharnais. And again, John, you're right, it is a leaky one. Demko does get a good chunk, but not enough as that one squeaks through the arm. And
last year, shot deflects across, they score! Max Sasson seizes that opportunity as he was unmarked out in front. 6:43 left in period 1, tied at 1. And the Kraken get out of dodge. Here they come. Schwartz, broken up. DiGiuseppe, wide open, breakaway. Connor Garland, he's in, he scores! Connor Garland, who's been a Kraken killer throughout his career, gets another goal, and Vancouver has a 2-1 lead. Goes off Philip Grubauer to the corner. Besser stays sturdy on the puck, his opposite number. Larson marking him. Chopped ahead, wide open. Myers with a shot, he scores a dart. Tyler Myers lurking up top, and again he was all alone. 14:25 left to go in the third period. 3-1, Vancouver. That was a good bid there. Montour Rubbed out by Suter, not out. Burakovsky. Brandon Montour. Right. Beniers scores! That's hockey, baby! What a play! Shane Wright on a tee for Matty Beniers.
Well, good looks from the Kraken here as Montour goes down low, right pop play. Matty Beniers on and off the stick, up over the shoulder of Lankinen before he can even adjust to the play. Monty down, quick pop play. There's the opportunity. Matty in between three, and right when the Kraken need it, power play comes up clutch. They had a couple of good chances already.
Empty net situation for Seattle. Burakovsky on the boards, tied up briefly by Suter. Here's Dunn. Shot. Scores! Vince Dunn! The puck has beautiful lines all the way through. Dunn does it again. We're tied.
Great bird work here off to the side, and Burakovsky's going to hold off, send this one across to the D. Dunn's going to just fire this one towards the net. Traffic bodies going to the front. Good play there, Burakovsky sending it over. Dunn head up the whole way, floats this one through. You have a screen of Tyler Myers, his own defenseman, out in front. And
he'll send it back. 3 seconds left, and a standing ovation here at Climate Pledge Arena. Why not? The centers are square. The puck is down. Here we go. Myers will draw it back and start the possession game for the Canucks. Berkey winds it up. 3 seconds left in overtime. He'll take it back, and we go to the shootout to determine the winner in this one. The Kraken elected to go first, as most home teams do. Miller with patience, looks for an angle, and gets it. JT Miller, 1-0 Vancouver.
Well, not only looking for an angle, going in very slow. It's going to be a quick drag and send that one to the far side before Grubauer can react.
Matty Beniers, the third shooter, and the game is on the line here. Shut down by Kevin Lankinen. Vancouver wins the shootout and takes the extra point in the standings.
Tough loss for the Kraken. They continue their homestand tomorrow night against Edmonton. The puck will drop at 7 o'clock on King TV. Women's college basketball last night. Santa Clara got the better of the Cougs, 68-62. Gonzaga got by Portland, 76-71. Montana took care of business against Eastern, 78-70. As far as the men's are concerned, look at this upset. Huskies knock off Maryland in Seattle, 75-69. Number 19 Gonzaga, no problems with Portland. 81-50 in Spokane. Montana made it a clean sweep. They beat Eastern 92-81. Prep girls basketball, both Wenatchee and Eastmont are hosting holiday tournaments over the next 3 or 4 days. Last night at Wenatchee High School, post-fall girls beat the Panthers 62-30. It was Eastmont over Keona Benton, 48-18. Manson knocked off Moses Lake Christian, and Forks over Pateras. Boys, same games, different results. Post Falls beat Wenatchee 74-30. Eastmont beat Keona Benton 68-59. Moses Lake Christian over Manson 61-52, and the Wilson Creek boys knocked off Pateras last night 69-45. Your schedule on this Friday, I was going to do them for the whole weekend, but there's just so much basketball. This is just tonight's basketball action. Moses Lake will be at Lewis and Clark at 2 o'clock this afternoon. 5:30 tip-off for Newport at Wenatchee and Post Falls in the Eastmont Gym. 5:45, the old rivals from the Caribou Trail League will play a non-leaguer in Kashmir. We're talking about Cascade and the Bulldogs. At 5:30, it's Othello at Ephrata, and Ellensburg will be at Quincy at 5:30. And the boys, Juanita is in town to take on the Panthers at 7:30. Eastmont will host Post Falls at 7:30. Cascade and Kashmir, second half of their doubleheader at 7:15. Same deal with Othello and Ephrata, the boys at 7 o'clock. And the Ellensburg-Quincy doubleheader wraps up with the boys at 7 o'clock. And this kind of shocked all of us in the newsroom when we got word that Kento Isagai and Daniel Hauser, two of the most well-known Wild players, are not with the Wild anymore. Kenta Isagai is traded to Victoria. In exchange, the Wild got 3 draft picks and a couple of players. Daniel Hauser is headed to Calgary for 3 players. The Wild are in Vancouver tonight in the first of a 3-game road trip. Kind of surprising. And those are just some of the games that people are playing. At 25 minutes after the hour, if you want to celebrate the following obscure holidays, you are more than welcome to do so. It is National Fruitcake Toss Day, which means just get rid of it. Don't let it hang around after the holidays. Just get rid of the fruitcake. National Drinking Straw Day. It's National Chocolate Covered Cherry Day. It's Humiliation Day, also known as another day in my world. But no, today is the Festival of Sleep, always held on January 3rd as we wrap up the holiday season, and you might be a little on the sleep deprived. So today is the day you catch up on your sleep if you haven't already done so. Of course, not everybody needs the same amount of sleep. It all depends. Everybody has their own individual needs for how much sleep they need to get by to get through the day. But of course, a third of all adults in this country don't get enough sleep. And they're also thinking that maybe adolescents are not getting as much sleep as they should. If you take less than 5 minutes to fall asleep at night, you go to bed, to go to sleep for the evening, and you fall asleep pretty quickly, you are probably sleep deprived. Experts say it should take you between 10 to 15 minutes to fall asleep once you go to bed. Of course, we are the only mammals that can willingly put sleep off. Just drink coffee or a Red Bull or whatever. If we don't want to go to sleep, we don't have to go to sleep. Being awake for 16 consecutive hours decreases your performance as if your blood alcohol level was 0.05%. Now keep in mind the legal limit is 0.8%. So that's why you feel a tad punky if you've gone a long time without being unconscious. About 75% of us dream in color. Before color television, only 15% of people dreamt in color. Whales and dolphins, of course, because they have to breathe, but they also have to sleep. They literally fall half asleep. Whales and dolphins, one brain sleeps and the other one stays awake so it can come up and breathe. And one of our biggest sleep distractions is your phone. If you take your smartphone to bed and scroll before you go to bed, not a good idea. Just put it on the nightstand and zonk out. It is Festival of Sleep Day. Today, it's 27 minutes after the hour. Today in history, 78 years ago today, now this is 1947, so not a lot of people had television, but for the very first time ever, proceedings of the U.S. Congress are televised. For the very first time to a small group of people in Philadelphia, New York, and Washington, D.C., the 80th Congress, the opening session, on television. 12 people were hospitalized with extreme boredom. Yeah, Congress comes to TV 78 years ago today, and if you got nothing better on, you can watch C-SPAN and watch a bunch of people yell at each other. All right, time to play Guess That State. I think you're probably going to get this one. It's also one of our best state flags. It is our second to youngest state. Happy 66th birthday to Alaska. Admitted to the Union, January 3rd, 1959. Here's the question. Alaska was admitted as the 49th state on the state in 1959. In August of 1959, Hawaii became the 50th state, and they knew Hawaii was going to be a state by the end of the year. I wonder if there's like a 49-star flag. Did they even bother cranking out 49-star flags knowing Hawaii was going to be in by the end of the year? I'm just curious about that. Fun facts about Alaska, that flag that you see there, it's a beautiful flag, was designed by Benny Benson. He was 13 years old at the time. If you hit and kill a moose or a caribou or a bear with your car in Alaska, the carcasses are considered property of the state. They are butchered by volunteers and professionals and then distributed as food to charitable organizations. Alaska is big. As you know, Alaska is larger than the combined area of the next three largest states, Texas, California, and Montana. You put all three of those together, and they're still not as big as Alaska. In fact, Alaska has more coastline than the other 49 states combined. And if you are a guy, heads up here, there are 107 men for every 100 women in Alaska. That is the highest male to female ratio in the United States. And by the way, half the population of Alaska lives in the greater Anchorage area. January 3rd, 1961, just a few weeks before Kennedy was to take over the presidency, Ike said, "Nerds to you, Castro." After a series of economic retaliations, Cuba did this, so we did that, then Cuba did this, then we did that. back and forth, back and forth. Eisenhower said, to heck with it. The United States severs diplomatic relations with Cuba. We since got over that. The idea, of course, was to break Cuba economically. Didn't work, but we tried. That was January 3rd, 1961. 52 years ago today, January 3rd, 1973, a 17-member syndicate headed by George M. Steinbrenner III purchases the New York Yankees from CBS for $8.8 million. Now, when CBS bought the Yankees in 1965, they paid $11.2 million. So CBS, during their ownership of the Yankees, lost $2.4 million on the deal. By the way, George Steinbrenner's personal investment, this is a 17-member syndicate put together by George Steinbrenner, his personal investment was $200,000. So they bought it for $10 million. So the Yankees are worth now $7.5 billion. Not a bad business transaction by George. And finally, January 3rd, 2000, 25 years ago today, the final daily Peanuts comic strip was published. There would be one more Sunday strip to wrap up the series. And then, of course, Charles Schulz passed away just a few months later. The last daily Peanuts comic strip published on this date 25 years ago today. And we got birthdays. Probably the most famous record producer of all was born 99 years ago today, Sir George Martin. Of course, when you produce the Beatles, you're probably going to be the most famous record producer of all time. And of course, if anybody deserves the title of the fifth Beatle, it would be that guy. He could take, you got to remember, John and Paul and George and Ringo could not read or write sheet music. They did all the arrangements in their head, and it was George Martin who had to figure out how to make this whole thing work. And these guys had some pretty crazy ideas, but George Martin, a classically trained musician and the guy who could convert it to sheet music, was able to, he was, as he said, he was the grown-up in the room. And if it wasn't for George, all those hit songs probably wouldn't have happened. George Martin, born in Stayton, 1926. And two living birthdays. John Baldwin, or John Paul Jones, if you will, the bassist for Led Zeppelin. Also a great arranger. He's still working, still out in the business. He is 79 years old today. He's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, class of 1995. And Eli Manning may make it to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. We'll know in about a month. He's 44 years old today. For a lot of people, he's a hero, not just because he won 2 Super Bowls with the Giants, but both Super Bowls were over the Patriots, and that really makes him quite popular. Eli Manning, in his 16 seasons in the NFL, never missed a single game due to injury. That's pretty remarkable. Will he make it to the Pro Football Hall of Fame? We'll find out Super Bowl weekend. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. They're starting a new program. It's called Cash for Clunkers. If your HVAC system is just old and inefficient, call up Alpine Air. Ask about the Cash for Clunkers program. I think it's like $2,000, something like that. That's a pretty good deal. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. They are our platinum sponsors. Still to come, an opinion from my Mad Dog Minotti. And then we're going to wrap up this week with a really cool interview that I've forgotten about, really, even though I did air it a while ago. Eric Granstrom, our sports director, had a chance to sit down with Haley Van Lith, bronze medalist. Haley Van Lith, the Kashmir basketball sensation, now in her senior year in college basketball at TCU. Shortly after the Paris Olympics finished, she came home with a bronze medal and sat down with Eric when her brief visit here to our area. We're going to have the interview that Eric did with Haley Van Lith when we come back. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCWLIFE channel.
Are you hungry enough to eat the end out of a rhinoceros? I know how you feel. Come on out to Blueberry Hills. You'll have a great time. We've got excellent food, a feet on the furniture kind of experience, and we won't hustle you out of your table. If you want a real farm experience, make the trek to Manson to Blueberry Hills, where you sit, you pick, you eat, and you visit. So come on out and see what all the fuss is about. Blueberry Hills in Manson. It's where the world is coming to.
A ductless unit from Carrier can keep anyone comfortable. Take Shelly, for instance. She finds me time in her new attic-turned-home gym. And with her Carrier ductless unit, the temperature is always perfect. No matter how intense her workout gets. Carrier. Total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
So what am I looking at here?
That is what great power looks like.
Tell me more.
It's called hydropower. Hydropower uses water and gravity to generate electricity. Since the fuel for hydropower is water, it has zero emissions and it's renewable. It also works when it's not sunny or windy. And it's the cheapest power we can make.
So it's clean, renewable, reliable, and affordable? And hydropower is all four?
Only hydropower is all four. And you can learn more about it at the Chelan PUD Discovery Center at Rocky Reach Dam.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chase on the other side. You can just
Great, I want that one. I like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, my first real job was an usher in a movie theater, the Park Theater, Caldwell, New Jersey. Oh man, I love that job. And I do love the movies. A good plot, strong characters, and cool special effects. Special effects, if they're believable, I love that stuff. But you know what's often better, just as good as a movie in its own way, is live theater. Watching real humans in real time play out lives and joys and tragedies, or a good comedy that just smacks your belly in the tummy so your tummy aches from laughing so much. And as for many of us, a good musical, well, that's not too schmaltzy, where you can just sit back and let the music wash over you. You know, I'm often surprised when I'm doing a show and talking about it by the number of people here locally who have never experienced good live theater. Are you one of them? Think about it. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
Stay warm this holiday season with the latest high-quality fashions from Vuori, Patagonia, and North Face. Lake Chelan Sports has a huge selection with boots and gloves to match. Find it in downtown Chelan.
You're invited to celebrate Winterfest at Lake Chelan. Enjoy sparkling lights, local wine tasting, and fun for all ages. It's a great time to start a new holiday tradition at Washington's Winter Wonderland. More information at lakechelan.com.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
When getting the job done right is job one, you need construction equipment that's built right. With durable Kubota engines, more comfort, and the versatility to do it all. You need the Kubota construction lineup. Right now, write it off the lot and write it off your taxes for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months or save up to $4,000.
Community is more than just a place. It's the people, stories, and connections we share. At the Wenatchee World, we're your neighbors, your storytellers, and your trusted voice. From uncovering the issues that matter most to celebrating the moments that bring us together. We deliver the stories that keep the community moving forward. The Wenatchee World, your community voice, here every day.
When you've been in business for 40 years, it's because you understand change and you put members first. always. Now Works is announcing a change in their membership model. Up to 6 people on one membership that you can mix and match. The more people, the bigger the discounts. Introducing the Works shared membership model. One membership, friends and family and flexibility. Works, the cleanest, friendliest, most helpful gyms you and your friends will ever join.
Whether you're building from the ground up or transforming your space with a custom remodel, One Way Construction is your trusted partner in creating a home that's uniquely yours. Your dream home is just a call away. Schedule your free consultation and let's build something amazing together.
Well, thanks for watching the NCWLIFE channel. And if you don't know who this blonde lady is next to me, then you've been living under a sports rock for a long time. We've got Haley Van Lith joining us here on the NCWLIFE channel. Yes, she was able to come home, and we snagged her for just a few minutes to be able to talk to her. Haley, how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm feeling blessed. Paris was great. Had a bunch of family out there. I've came back and got to come home and be around my community, and you know, it's meant everything. So.
Tell me about that experience, the Olympic experience for you, and bronze medal and everything. If you guys had one more week to practice together, that'd be gold for sure.
Yeah, it was definitely unique. A lot of 3-on-3 is a new sport, so not a lot of people know how it works and what it's about. And a lot of my teammates were new to it too, like you said. And so I think, you know, going into the next Olympics, we might approach it a little differently, but we definitely were behind on time together and team chemistry. But we were able to bring a medal home, and we persevered and we showed toughness the entire time, no matter the situation with the refs, no matter the weather, whatever was going on. At the end, we pulled out wins, and so I couldn't be more proud of us.
The experience for you in Paris, I don't know if you've been there before, have you?
I haven't.
Okay, so how was it? Did you get a chance to tour a little bit, or were you guys kind of locked down?
It was cool because my coach, Jen Rosati, she understood that this was a unique experience for a lot of us, so she did give us a lot of personal time, and a lot of us had family there, so she wanted us to be able to eat meals with our family and enjoy Paris with them. So I went to the Louvre, I rode my little electronic bike around the city, I went on walks, I went to the Eiffel Tower. Obviously, on the opening ceremony, we went down that Seine River and had that experience in the pouring rain. And actually, I got sick after that.
You did?
Yes, I got very sick. I had like the flu almost. So that sucked. But the opening ceremony was such a cool experience. Like, I was right at the front of the boat next to LeBron and Coco and like all these amazing athletes, and it was a very surreal moment. So even though I got sick, I would still do it again if I had to. But no, just I saw the whole city. I would love to go back again, but it was a unforgettable experience.
Now, I saw you on an interview afterwards, and after you had the bronze, that this is my one and only Olympic experience.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is that true, or are you going to do this again in 4 years in LA? I mean, it's in LA.
As long as USA Basketball will have me, I'll be back. So. Yeah, as long as they want me, I'll be there.
Of course, you could be playing on the, the 5-on-5 team by then too.
Yeah,
so.
And that, I mean, I think I have unfinished business at 3-on-3 right now. So I think I know where I'm going to be at in LA. I know what team I'm going to be playing for, and then once I finish that business, then I can move on. But like I said, it's an honor anytime USA calls your number. So. If they'll have me back, I'll always accept.
And there's only 4 of you, so you got to stay healthy, and that's a rough game.
Yeah, it's very physical. You have to be in peak condition. There's so many little nuances to it that are different than 5-on-5 that your body might not be ready for. So luckily for me, I stayed extremely healthy the whole time. But you have to train different. It's a different type of preparation, but it's fun. It's relaxed. It's a different style, and I really enjoy it. So I would definitely go back in 2028.
I know you're used to being diminutive as far as the rest of the court is concerned, and not being as tall as everybody.
Yeah.
You had that going on, but you also were playing against pros.
Yeah.
How was that, and does that prepare you for your next step in life?
Yeah, I mean, I played against pros, and my other 3 teammates were all pros. And so it was a little peek into the next level of how you go about things, how you get your body ready, how you handle business. But I think that experience in playing against pros and playing with pros, and I still made all tournament team. I led our team in points, and so just that, like, I proved to myself that I belong at the next level in that experience, and so that was very gratifying for me. But it was incredible. Even we got to be around the 5-on-5 team a lot too, and there was a lot of experiences with them that opened my eyes. Just a lot of them are moms and have kids, and just to see the relationship and them after they play a game, win or lose, they go back to their kid and they have to be a mom. And so, like, getting to see that was life-changing for me, and definitely opened my eyes to a new perspective.
You talk about rubbing elbows with LeBron and all these famous people in your life. I mean, since you've left little old Kashmir, you've had a lot of brushes with fame. How do you stay grounded? Is it because of your family, because you're from here?
Yeah, I think I have very humble roots. And also, I mean, anytime, life has a way of humbling you anytime that you get a little too high on yourself. So I feel like, just being based in my faith and my relationship with Christ, and also, basketball is a tough sport, and as much as you'll be high one game, the very next game you'll have your career low. So I think life humbles me for me, but my family, my fans, my community here, every time that I get wrapped up in the basketball world or the sports or the media and the hate and the praise too much, I'm just reminded of the support I have here, and that's really all that matters. So,
speaking of which, I know you've watched Caitlin Clark's entry into the WNBA, and does that give you motivation? Does that make you a little trepidatious about it? That's obviously the hope for you for your next step, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's all about how the person views it. And so for me, I'm going to be focused on myself as a player, and just what I'm going to be about. That's all that I can control. So regardless of what happens on the exterior, on the interior, I know how I'm going to hold myself and how I'm going to go about things, and I'm going to compete. And whatever results that produces, that's what it may be, but I'm going to go there to compete and earn a spot.
Has it been unfair, what she's gone through in her first year?
I wouldn't say unfair. I think when you look at any player of her caliber, the vets, they try to make a statement. It happens in all sports. It happens men's and women's. LeBron, Jordan, all of them went through that. I think social media now has been able to show it a little bit more. I think we're seeing it more than we have with those past players, just because the digital age is so more advanced. There's a price you have to pay with being great, and Caitlin is great, and so she might have to pay that price a little bit, but that doesn't make her any less great. And the great thing about her is that she knows who she is, and so she's obviously been able to excel through whatever she's going through. And jealousy happens, hard feelings happens, and that's just a part of the game. It comes with it.
So after you leave here, this interview, I mean, she literally has a family reunion, and then boom, she's going to Baton Rouge to graduate, to walk with LSU, right? So where's fun for you? Where do you get fun in your life? I mean, I know, love seeing family and stuff like that, but I mean, I know you have fun playing basketball. We see that in your eyes. But I mean, just hanging out and having fun. What do you do?
Yeah, I mean, obviously love to be with my family, but I'm also, a quiet, fun girl. When I do like to have fun, like I can have fun. I love jigsaw puzzles. I love cooking and baking. I love reading. I love watching a show. I love doing crossword puzzles. Like, little things in life I've learned are the fun for me. And whether it's just one evening I can get where I have space and the freedom to sit on my couch and eat the meal that I want to eat and watch the show that I want to watch, that's enough for me, and I'm happy.
So what's the go-to baked good for Haley Van Lith?
I mean, my banana bread is pretty
Ooh,
intense.
okay.
I do a little chocolate chip action in it.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I give
My
it
wife
11
is off
out of
camera
10.
here. We got to try the chocolate chip cookie thing.
Yeah.
I like that.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I got a few in my arsenal, but I think the banana
Okay.
bread might be my favorite.
Now, you obviously have to take care of yourself dietarily and things like that, so you have to limit yourself. Here, eat it, somebody else eat it.
Yeah, no, I do love to bake for other people, and also, like, it's few and far between that I actually have time to bake, so if I do have time to bake, it's probably been enough time where I can have a nice slice of banana bread and it won't matter.
What's it feel like for you? I know your parents, they give you big hugs all the time, but this community, the Wenatchee Valley, North Central Washington, I mean, you've been adopted by thousands of people.
Yeah.
And I get all the time people saying, how's our Haley?
Yeah.
And I'm sure mom and dad get that too. How's our Haley?
Yeah, no.
What does that make you feel?
It's really incredible, and it's a unique feeling to feel so much pride in being where you're from, and I really do. Like when I list my bio and I know it's going to be on ESPN, when they announce my roster for the game on ESPN under my name, it's like Wenatchee, Washington. I have a lot of pride in that, and so it makes you emotional sometimes, and even when everyone's reaching out to my parents all the time. I see all the pictures, like they did the watch party for me over the Olympics. Yeah. That happens all the time here, no matter what game I'm playing. The local bars will turn my game on the TV no matter what time of day, and I mean, it warms my heart, and it really does. I'm so prideful to be from here, and I love coming home and engaging with this community because they've all really banded together to support me, even when I maybe don't deserve it. So.
Do you ever get tired of that camera constantly in your face? I mean, you can't pick your nose. You can't be a regular person. You got a camera following you all the time.
I mean, I'm human, so like sometimes it is a little irritating. But like I said earlier with Caitlin, there's a price to pay, and it's a good price to pay. When you're in my industry and we're trying to move forward women's sports, a way to move that forward is to be visible and to have a camera in my face and to always answer questions and to say yes to media opportunities, because I want the public to see us and I want them to learn more about women in sports. So as introverted as I am, and as much as I like my personal space, I want to expand the game more, and so I'm willing to make that trade-off. It's not a bad thing.
Not everyone gets an opportunity to come talk to you or visit with you. I wanted to give you the opportunity. What's your message to young girls that might look at you and go, man, because you were young and you said, I want to be in the WNBA.
Yeah.
I want to have my own brand of shoe.
Yeah.
So what's your message to these young girls?
Yeah, I mean, I think what I've learned in my career and what I've went through is just the emphasis on staying true to yourself throughout the whole process. And at every point in your life, people will try to tell you that you can't do it. You'll finally get to that level, and for the next level, they'll tell you can't do that. And whether it's because you're a girl, whether it's where you're from, whether it's the sport you play, whether it's how much money you make, there's always going to be people that are going to tell you you can't, and it's up to you to have that true sense of self-belief to know that you can. And that's rang true throughout my whole career is, she can't take her team to a Final Four. She shouldn't have transferred. She can't make the Olympics. She can't lead her team to a medal. I've heard that through everything I've done, and I've had to grow it. I've had to grow and solidify my sense of self-belief. But I would say don't let all those people tell you can't affect how you feel about yourself. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters. And if you believe, then life follows.
Well, we sure are proud of you.
Thank you.
And thank you for doing this today.
Of course.
Haley Van Lith, the one and only, here on the NCWLIFE channel.
Let your kindness shine bright at Boswell's. This holiday season, donate $50 or more to charity and save $400 on stressless Mayfair recliners and ottomans. And save $200 on any stressless recliner, home office chair, and each seat of a stressless sofa. Plus, take $200 off 4 stressless dining chairs now. Shop Boswell's, 2915 Easy Street in Wenatchee.
Who's trying to stretch their budget this January? That's pretty much all of us. That's why Abby's is offering this giant pizza that can feed up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 hungry people for less than $27. Now, that's an Abby's budget stretching deal. Worried about a no-fun January? Not at Abby's. Dine on our Bacon Cheddar special. It's delicious and loaded with toppings and real cheese. Plus, it's on sale, and the kids can play some video games. Enjoy fun January at your local Abby's.
There's no place like home. Because home is where we're totally comfortable. It's where we can be ourselves and let our guards down. It's where we make memories. And we're always imagining new ways to keep it totally comfortable. Carrier. Total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
Culinary Apple is the place for holiday gift giving. We have gifts for everyone, including our most popular gift box full of locally grown apples, our famous fudge, and cinnamon glazed nuts. Let Culinary Apple make your gift giving easy this year.
You're invited to celebrate Winterfest at Lake Chelan. Enjoy sparkling lights, local wine tasting, and fun for all ages. It's a great time to start a new holiday tradition at Washington's Winter Wonderland. More information at lakechelan.com.
When you think of Doghouse Motorsports, you might think of motorcycles, but there's a lot more in this house. How about Honda power equipment? From snowblowers to lawnmowers to generators and even water pumps, Honda is the brand that sets the standards. Perhaps you need an ATV or UTV. The Doghouse has the largest selection anywhere. Did we mention watercraft and snowmobiles? And of course, we have motorcycles too. Back it up with terrific customer service and you have Wenatchee's best motorsports store 5 years running. Isn't it time for you to be in the Doghouse?
Continues to snow here in the Wenatchee Valley. Started snowing about 2:30-ish or so. I know, I was awake. And is now starting to stick to the roadways. It wasn't really the case about an hour ago when this show started, but I had a chance to pop outside during the Ailey Van Lith interview. It is definitely sticking to the roadways, even the more heavily traveled roadways. And according to Eric Grandstrom, who lives up by the airport, he just popped into the office here about a half an hour ago. He's got about 3 inches up there. Closer to the Columbia River, more like 2 inches or so. We have some slides to show for you. The freezing rain cannot be ruled out in a couple of locations, especially in the Upper Valley. The Plain to Leavenworth area, maybe right on into Shaston. Some pockets of freezing rain is possible this morning. The best chance is if you're going to be on Highway 2 up on the upper part of the Columbia Basin between Wilbur heading all the way to Spokane. They have the best chance of accumulating freezing rain. So if you're in that area, you definitely want to maybe put off going anywhere for a few hours until that comes. We're not expecting any real freezing rain here in the Wenatchee Valley. It's coming down as snow. Snow totals for today look something like this. Again, a couple of inches on the valley floor. The higher up you go elevation-wise, the more snow you're going to get. The passes are going to get quite a bit of snow, especially Stevens. Some snow on Blewett too. Not too much on I-90. They're going to get dusted for certainly, but right now it looks like Stevens is going to get the brunt as far as the passes are concerned, but not a lot of snow and probably won't stick around very much. Snow over the weekend, almost all of it relegated to the mountain passes, but they're going to get more snow by the time this system today and then the second system that comes in tomorrow morning, which isn't really packing a great deal of punch, it's going to dump quite a bit of snow up in the mountain passes. Stevens could get up to 20 inches of snow by the time this thing is all said and done. So skiers are happy. People driving over the passes, perhaps not so much. From the National Weather Service, snow this morning could be a rain-snow mix late in the afternoon with a high of 35. So it could be a rain-snow mix about 2, 3, 4 o'clock this afternoon. And again, about 2 inches closer to the Columbia River, 4 to 5 inches in the upper elevations around the Wenatchee Valley. Cloudy but dry tonight, 29 for the overnight low. Will be dry on Saturday. No snow in the forecast. Slight chance of some light snow Saturday night. No accumulations expected on Saturday night with an overnight low of about 32. Sunday, slight chance of rain in the morning. Lots of clouds, about 33. And then high pressure, they think, is going to start building up on Sunday night into Monday morning with clear skies and high pressure. The combination of those two means sunshine and pretty warm temperatures. Will be pushing 40 for the afternoon high come Monday. So look for some snowmelt. That's it for us. Have a good and safe weekend. We'll see you Monday. Bye-bye.